I want to talk about the topic of gifts. I want to stay in this conversation. I've gotten so many different feedback, and honestly, the feedback's been amazing. So I want to dive deeper into this. Now, honestly, I truly believe that gifts is one of the hidden secrets that's keeping so many people from maximizing their lives. And honestly, when I say hidden secret, it's really not that hidden. This idea, this concept has been around for generations, and it's becoming more and more prominent in so many different conversations. But honestly, so many people are still not fully grasping the concept of it, fully not really understanding how it could change their lives. So today, I want to show you how your gift will make room for you. Now, as I shared in a previous video, honestly, there's a lot of spiritual connotations with gifts that trip a lot of people up. If you believe that you have a gift, if you believe that you were uniquely made and designed, then one of the first things that trips people up is that they were designed, that they were made. I shared a whole video about that, but honestly, that's one of the first things that trips people up. They don't necessarily believe or understand that they were uniquely designed and uniquely made for a purpose. And with that purpose in mind, as they were made, they have unique gifts that will set them apart. Another thing that trips people up is, okay, if I was designed, okay, I'm following you. If I was designed, then who designed me, right? Who designed me? Depending on that question, and depending on what answer you give for that question, that can take you down a lot of different rabbit holes as well. For me, I honestly believe that I was fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, and that there's unique gifts and talents that set me apart from everyone else that will help me fulfill my purpose. Now, with that framework, and that's the framework that I'm going to follow through the rest of this video, with that framework, I'm able to build context around that idea, context around, okay, this is what gifts look like and mean, and now I can build on that sentiment. So as I said, if I have that framework, now where can I go to learn more about gifts? Where can I learn to see how it can maximize my life? If I truly believe that I was fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, then I'm going to look to God's word. I'm going to look at a few things here today, but honestly, gifts. And one thing I want to do that I did in the last video, I love having like a universal term. So when I say gifts, when I say love, when I say a lot of different things like success, people may have different ideas of what I mean. People may have different definitions. When I say success, what success looks like to me may not look like to you. So the universal term or phrase that we said as it relates to gifts, it's a divine capacity. It's a unique ability to do something different that everyone else can't do. So the example that we shared before, that there's, for example, 3 cups. I'll do them different in size this time. So let's say this cup may have the capacity to do something. It can hold, let's say, 5 ounces of water, right? This cup may look different than that cup, but let's just say it's a little bit taller. I know it may not visually see that in the picture, but let's just say it's a little bit taller, so it can hold 6 ounces. This cup, it has, let's say, a compartment at the bottom, and it has a handle. So on the surface, it may look similar to that cup, but this cup has a greater capacity to operate in that gift. So on paper, or just by looking at it, they may all have the same gift, but they can use it in different capacities. They were designed a little bit differently, which means they can go into different places, different settings that the others can't go, but they all have similar gifts and they all can use it in different capacities. So when we think about a divine capacity, one cup has a divine capacity to do a little bit more. Now, going back to my, the question for today is, how does my gift make room for me? How does my gift make room for me? So at this point, it's like, all right, well, I've identified my gift, or I think I know what it is. I've gotten some feedback from different individuals, and they've shared, hey, what they could see on the surface, what I do well, easy, what comes easy to me, that's difficult to most, so on and so forth. And okay, I've identified my gift, but how does it make room for me? That's a popular phrase and a popular saying. So the scripture is actually found in Proverbs. Your gift, I'll say it the whole way through, and we're going to break this down. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before kings and queens. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before kings and queens. Depending on what version you read, it may say, and will bring you before great men, or will bring you before the great. I love that one. And that's probably the one I'm going to show in the text here. But your gift will make room for you and bring you before the great. Or it'll say it'll bring you in high places. Your gift will make room for you and bring you to high places. There's a lot of different versions, but honestly, the meaning is still the same. So what I wanted to do is, all right, if I have the framework that I was uniquely made, that I'm wonderfully made, and I have a gift. All right, so how do I learn a little bit more about gifts and how it could change my life? I'm gonna go to the word for me, because once again, I want to learn more from the person who gave me this gift. And in the word it says, all right, your gift will make room for you, and it'll bring you before the great. So I want to break that down. There's 3 different key points to that phrase, to that proverb, to that sentence that I want to highlight to really break down how it will make room for you. Now, we probably heard that a million times, and honestly, a lot of people hear the A and they hear the Z, but they get lost in the B to Y, right? They're hear the A, and it's like, all right, my gift will make room for me. Okay, great. And then they'll hear the Z. It'll bring me before kings and queens. It'll bring me before great men. All right, awesome. But it's like the B to Y. How do I really break that down? And I wanted to literally break that down in a way where we could see it. So the first thing that's highlighted is it's your gift, right? So I'm gonna break that up into 3 different phases with that sentence. The first part is it's your gift. So who's responsible for it? You. You're responsible for your gift. Someone else isn't responsible for it. Someone else isn't necessarily demanded to do anything with your gift. Now, some other people can benefit from your gift, but ultimately, who's responsible for your gift? You. So going back to the other videos that I shared, or even really the context for this video is to say, it's a hidden secret that's keeping so many people from maximizing their life. So if you feel like, man, I'm not really maximizing my life, I feel so unfulfilled in certain areas, we have to take ownership and we have to take responsibility, because it's our gift. It's our gift. So if you're here listening to this, that means you're taking time to really learn more about your gift. So kudos to you, but it's something that's going to take time. It's something that we have to build on. We have to really hone it to really, really maximize it to its fullest potential and its fullest capabilities. But who's responsible for it? It's your gift. So you're responsible for honing your craft. You're responsible for not only discovering and learning your gift, but understanding the different mediums and the different arenas and the different rooms that your gift can be maximized in. So you're responsible for utilizing and maximizing your gift. So that's the first thing that we can look at, right? Then the next part, it says, your gift will make room for you. So your gift will make room for who? You. Back to you again. Once again, this is how it was broken down to me, and it always cuts me first before I bring it to you guys. But I got to a point in my life where, can we be honest? I felt frustrated because, man, I'm not getting the opportunities that I wanted to get. Man, I just feel like I'm not maximizing my life. I feel like I could do so much more. The same cup analogy, right? We're looking at other individuals, and maybe we're scrolling, looking at social media, and it's like, man, I could do what they're doing. Man, I feel like I have the similar gift. I have the same gift, and man, I'm not getting the opportunities though. Who's responsible? I'm responsible. I'm not maximizing my gift. I'm not utilizing my gift to its fullest abilities. I'm not taking full advantage of my gift. Therefore, my gift can't make room for me because I'm not maximizing my gift. I hope you guys are following me, but it's the same context. If you feel like, man, I'm not maximizing my life, I'm not necessarily in the rooms that I want to get into, but we have to take ownership and we have to take responsibility. And once I started to take responsibility and ownership for my life and my gift, it changed the game for me. But your gift will make room for you. And now on the flip side, before I even get into that, actually I'll get into that now. It says it'll bring you among the great. So who's going to be before? Now, what I love about this is a lot of people look at the great, or it'll bring you before kings and queens. And honestly, you can take that into different have different connotations for what the great is and kings and queens. We can think of who's successful in our world today, who's great in our world today. A lot of people, the first thing that come to mind is celebrities, but honestly, if you look at the great actors, if you look at a new up and coming actor, if their gift is really great, if they hone their craft, they'll literally move past so many people, and it'll bring them before the great in their circle, the great in that arena. And your gift will make room for you and bring you before the great, or kings and queens. But the point I'm trying to make is, who is going before the kings and queens? Who's going before the great? You. It comes down to you. Now, What am I getting at? Honestly, the responsibility is up to you, as well as you're going to mature and evolve. You're going to mature and evolve as you use your gift. Right? So I'm going to break that down a little bit more. So once again, you're responsible for your gift. Now, how does my gift make room for me? Right? How does my gift make room for me? So this is you. Let's say you have the gift of teaching, because I brought that up before. Let's say you have the gift of teaching. Great. How does your gift make room for you? Once you fully honed your craft and fully identified your gift, you can now, once you become really good at this, once this really, I understood this concept, it really blew my mind and changed the game for me. So many people, they devalue their gift, or they count themselves out before they even go to the door. And they don't seem to realize that as you maximize your gift, if you just present yourself into different arenas, doors will open for you. People will make room for you. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you have the gift of teaching. If some people I know, they have the gift of teaching and they use that in a coaching or consulting realm, right? And there'll be so many different consultants that I'll talk with them. Man, I just can't get any business. Man, I just can't get any client. I want to be able to, I started this on the side. It became a side project, but I want to do this full time. Man, but I'm not necessarily getting in the door. Man, it seems like I can't get through the gatekeeper, right? You're trying to get in and you're trying to figure out, man, how can I use my gift? How can I use my gift? But it's not making any room for me. It's not getting in. Honestly, once you start to maximize your gift, once you start to really hone your craft and become so good at it, this is how your gift make rooms for you. So let's say you'll have an organization. Think of your dream client. For all those entrepreneurs, let's say this is for you. If you have a dream client that you want to work with, if they're already successful or they're already, there's no such thing as a perfect organization. So there are things that they can work on. And you, on the outside, you can necessarily see how you can add value, to that client or to that organization or to that group. Once they see your gift, and once you present it in a way of, hey, I know you may be successful overall. I know you may not think that this could add value to you, but let me show you how it could add value to you. And now as you present it to them, they'll go, oh, wow, we never thought about it. We never thought about it that way. So honestly, we necessarily didn't have the budget for it. But honestly, we need to go ahead and make room for you. I didn't plan on hiring somebody. But you showed me that bringing you on this team is now going to increase our circle. It's going to take us further, faster. It's gonna help us get better as an organization. So now we necessarily didn't have room for you before, but because of your gift made room for you. It opened the door. And I see so many different people, once again, that was just, let's say, the gift of teaching. So I work with a lot of different schools and I know budgets are all over the place. And I'll have a conversation with them and they're like, man, you know what? I would love to bring you. But honestly, we especially earlier on in my career, man, we don't have the budget. We don't have the money for you. Basically, what they were saying is what you bring doesn't add enough value to make room for. What you bring, even though it may be good, it doesn't bring enough value to add room for it. So therefore, as much as I would love to bring you in, there's no room for it. I know so many people, so many different people have just a lot of different gifts and they want to serve at their church or even potentially work at their church, or they want to, there's a certain job that they want to have. And it's like, man, I would love to work with that organization, or man, I want to start my own business. But in this industry, there's so many people that do what I do. What makes you stand out from everyone else? What makes you stand out? What value do you add that nobody else can bring? Once again, you were given a gift. That's why it's called an advantage. It's a gift. You have a capacity that can do a little bit more, that can hold a little bit more that the average person can't hold, that the average person can't have or just can't carry. But what value do you bring that nobody else can bring? That changes the game. So that way now your business or maybe your skill can be added onto that job or added onto that company, could be added onto that church, whatever the case may be. But so many people are like, man, I want to get in, but it's like there's no opportunities. When you maximize your gift will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. So now this first year, as companies and organizations are coming up with budgets, they'll say, man, going back to when I was trying to get into the speaking game, so to speak, and man, I don't have the budget. I would love to bring you in. You seem like a nice guy, but I don't have the budget. Once I said, hey, let me identify some of the problems. Let me identify some of the areas where I can add value, where I can use my gift and add value to your organization. Because there's no such thing as a perfect organization. There's areas where you can add value. Let me find out how I could add value. Once I found out how I could add value, my gift made room for me. So now, as they went over their budgets for next year, they go, man, you know what? We really have to bring this guy in because he can literally add value to where we were struggling. Or maybe, and that's the thing, so many people are just busy and they're going that they don't necessarily see that they're struggling. But once you can show them, hey, I can add value in this area, let's say it's not struggling, but maybe I could take you from 10% to 20%. Maybe I could take you from 20% to 50% and add value. So now my gift made room for me. So once again, I'm big on pictures and I'm big on analogies. Once I saw that, it changed the game for me. So now I enter rooms knowing I can add value in some way, shape, or form. Some way, shape, or form, because I know my gift and I'm confident in my gift. For some people, for a lot of people, you have more than one gift. You have a lot of gifts and a lot of skills, but once again, we're not leveraging it, we're not maximizing it, and we're wondering why certain doors of opportunities aren't opening for us. It's because we're not leveraging it to its fullest ability, to its unique divine ability and capability and capacity, and it's not making room for us, and we're frustrated. We're frustrated. So that's how your gift makes room for you. Now, here's one thing that I will add as I prepare to wrap this up. One thing I will add is your gift will make room for you, but your character determines how long you stay in the room. That's a whole other topic. That's a whole other story. That's probably a whole other video, but I want to drop that there because so many people get presented opportunities. So many people get presented opportunities to maybe work with a client, to maybe work with the church, to maybe do different things that they ultimately wanted to do. They have a window of opportunity to be a part of a group, and now their gift got them in the room, but their character, their personal development, their leadership wasn't able to stand all that was going on. So therefore your gift made room for you, but now your character closed the door. Who you really are, close the door. So your gift will get you in the door, but if you're selfish, if you backbite, if you talk about people, if you gossip, if you're terrible with money, if you're terrible with budgeting and money, if you're not good with the details, now once again, your gift will make room for you. Your gift sets you apart from other people, but that's why I say it's holistic. Remember when I said there was 3 different yous, right? You take you everywhere you go. So as your gift makes room for you, you got to evolve and grow. Depending on what industry you're in, you got to evolve. Honestly, just as an individual, you got to evolve, you got to grow. So that way, when your gift makes room for you and it gets you in the room and it gets you in the door and it gets you in the place, don't allow your character to kick you out the room. Don't allow your character and who you are behind the scenes kick you out of the room, right? And now you just find yourself going to different rooms and you're not really maximizing the full opportunities. I wanted to kind of drop that there, but that's what that sentence, that scripture, that's what that phrase really means. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before kings and queens in high places. Now, I'm big on analogies. I'm big on really breaking this down. I said, okay, once again, if I have the framework that, okay, I was made in the image of God. I was fearfully and wonderfully made. I can look to his word. For context, I can look to his word for just really breaking it down. And I found that. Now, okay, what's some evidence behind that? What's some reference points, right? The first thing that popped in my head, you can look at any individual. You can look at their gifts. You can look at David. You can look at so many people. You can look at their gifts and you can see how their gifts made room for them. But one of the first people that popped in my head was Joseph. For all of those that don't know the story of Joseph, Joseph had a gift to interpret dreams. Now, when he first was given that gift, he was able to interpret his own dream. He was able to understand what his own dream was. But over time, through different crazy circumstances, from being betrayed by his brothers, sold in slavery, all that crazy stuff, I highly recommend reading it, especially as you're going through this concept of gifts. In his early stages, he had a gift to interpret his dreams, but his gift got better over time. He learned to really hone his craft to eventually his gift made room for him. How did it make room for him? He was presented an opportunity to interpret the king. It will bring you before kings and queens and those in high places. He interpreted somebody's dream that was in the Pharaoh's, a part of Pharaoh's staff, so on and so forth. And he said, oh man, I know an individual who can interpret your dream. And Joseph was able to be presented to the king, and he interpreted the king's dream. He used his gift, and his gift made room for him. The Pharaoh, the king, put him over a second in command. He was basically right under the king, right under Pharaoh, and he was able to rule under Pharaoh over all the land. His gift made room for him. I'm like, okay, I can look at biblical context and go, okay, I can see that's true. But honestly, let's look at things in, maybe common, modern day time, right? We can look at individuals that have a gift that you could say, okay, how did their gift make room for him? Kanye West. I know a lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. But I'm just talking about his gift right now. You could look at that individual, and that man's gift made room for him in a lot of different arenas. Think about your favorite author. Think about your favorite musician. This is how your gift makes room for you. I have a few individuals that I'm like, man, if they ever come into town, I am going to make room to go see them. Right? So I mentioned Dave Chappelle in a previous video. He came into town on his last tour, and I said, man, I had a full schedule when he came. I had a lot going on work-wise, whatever. But I said, man, that person's gift, I need to change some things around. I'm going to make room in my life to pay this individual to make me laugh. Right? If I think about a musician that I absolutely love, I'm going to change my work day around. I'm going to change my life around so that way I can pay this individual money. I'm going to make rooms so that way their gift can add value in my life in the form of entertainment. Or like I said, if it's your favorite author, if it's a favorite teacher, whatever. We can look at people in our world and see that as they use their gift, it will make room for them in other people's lives. So as I close, here's what I want to share. Your gift will make room for you, and it'll maximize your life. It'll change your life once you really hone your craft, understand your gift, why it's important, how it could add value to people. It's a process. And then I implore and share, you should also evolve as your gift evolves. You should also grow and develop as your gift develops, so that way your gift could take you into the room. Your gift could open the door for you to be in the room, but don't allow your character to take you out the room or to kick you out the room. Allow your character to evolve and develop as your gift grows. And if you do so, it will change your life. Well, that's all I have. As always, I ask for 3 things. Go ahead and click the like button if you found this valuable. If you think somebody else can benefit from it, go ahead and share it with them as well. And if you haven't done so already, join the tribe and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.